Morning, it's Kerry here. You probably might have heard of a poll that's come around. It's February 10th, last few days, about how Canadians all of a sudden want pipelines. I call BS on that whole thing. I don't know where these people were interviewed for this thing, and that's just not a Canadian thing. And I'll tell you why. In the Northern Gateway by Enbridge, they tried for about 10 years, most of it under Stephen Harper, and they couldn't get the pipeline through from Alberta to BC, short distance. Couldn't get it through, hundreds of millions of dollars wasted. They gave up. TransCanada Pipelines tried Energy East to Quebec. They did the same thing, ran into the same regulatory problems under Trudeau and Harper, and gave up. Hundreds of millions of dollars wasted there. TransCanada was so pissed off that they moved out of Canada and changed their name to TC Energy. That's how pissed off they were. So this pipeline the people want, who's going to build it? Those are two of the bigger companies that could have built it, and they're not. Who else is going to throw down several $100 million in hopes that the government will let it go through? Nobody. The government just built because they had no choice. They bought a pipeline, Trans Mountain, the twin. They bought it and they had to develop it. They had no choice in the matter. They bought it for $4.5 billion. Apparently they've spent about 20 to 30 billion on it so far to get the pipeline completed. That's how expensive it was. Now the government built it. I don't know who the government contracted to do it, but they just paid. They wanted to get it done, had to get it done, and they did. So it's operational. It goes from Alberta to the BC coast. Okay? We're pumping oil out of there, going to Asia, I assume. Hopefully it's not going to the port in Los Angeles. I didn't even know Los Angeles had a refiner. Apparently they have several in the city of Los Angeles. But I'm hoping it goes to Asia, and get some good money for the oil for a change, rather than getting less than full price from the U.S. But if you talk to Canadians that are under 30, or they have been told their whole lives in school, every day, grade after grade after grade, teachers hammered it through, minerals, oil, and gas should never be extracted from the ground. Dirty jobs nobody wants. They've been told recycling is good. They've been told green energy, solar panels, wind is good. Oil, gas, everything else coal is bad. That's what they've been told. They don't know any better. So all the young people you're going to see anywhere on the streets, they don't know any better than what they've been taught by teachers. And if they're still in school, they're still being told that. So again, the people that are saying, oh, we want oil and gas pipelines, I think that's just a group of people, I don't know where the hell they got them, that are thinking, they're probably told how to answer the poll. Depends how the question is asked. But by and large, Canadians are not going to want oil pipelines built because it's going to take minimum 5 years if it started. The Trans Mountain cost took 5 years after it was started. The pre-stuff to get all go through all the legal stuff and all the regulatory stuff, that takes more years. Who's going to spend 10 years? Who's going to spend 10 years to get oil and gas all the way to the East Coast? You've got one now to the West Coast, so you're not going to do that. Now you're going to go to the East Coast. Who's going to do that? What company's stupid enough to do that? Throw down that money, the whims of the people change, government changes, money flushed down the toilet. Nobody's going to do that. So be clear, Canadians have what they have. Line 9 from Enbridge goes all the way to Montreal from Alberta. That's one pipeline. And they've got Trans Mountain, and that's it. You're not getting any more. I can almost guarantee you're not going to get any more because the will of the people isn't there. The people don't even know. The vast majority of people have no idea the $4.5 billion they spent on Trans Mountain, the government did, is now over 30. They have no idea. Not a clue. If you told them, everybody in that poll, that the Trans Mountain was just built cost $4.5 million to ended up being a $30 billion pipeline, people have changed their answers completely. Completely. They have no idea what they're talking about. It's all a dream. Would you like this to happen? Sure. That's all that was. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on why Canada's not getting any more pipelines. We have what we have. We got to focus on getting oil through these pipelines to the coast and make some money. That's it. I'm signing out. Kerry, have a good one.